Dr. Jeffrey Cole, we hear all the time that capacity issues, they don't know what's coming across the horizon in the internet future. You probably more than anyone in the world might have an idea what's coming over the horizon. What should people like Telstra, people who actually design websites, be ready for?
Well, first, we think people are tired of hearing about technology. They just want to use it. They want it to do what they want to do. They don't want to talk about capacity. They just want it to serve their needs. But what we really think is hitting its full stride is mobile. We think everything on mobile, every conceivable service we've used a PC for, we think is at least going to move as an option to mobile. Much of the world's only going to use mobile. We think mobile becomes the most important device in people's lives. You know, one of the things we discovered showing how important mobile devices are is people practically never lose their mobile phones. And the reason for that is that they leave it on a table, they can't get more than 10 feet away from it before they're reaching for it. And notice it's gone. There's no such thing as, oh, I left my mobile somewhere 6 hours ago. You can't go 6 hours without noticing it.
Now, in your speech today, you gave an insight to the teenager, an area which most people would find it very dark and sort of mysterious. What are the teenagers doing on the internet now, and what does that mean for 10, 20 years from now?
Well, first, we're really encouraged by teenagers. I mean, I think they're showing incredible sophistication, curiosity, more interested in news than any teenage generation we've seen in 70 years. They figured out that what happens halfway around the world can change their lives. What they're really doing is they're forming new communities. They're using each other as resources. Distance is not only irrelevant, it can be an advantage, but we think the social networking phenomenon, most obvious on Facebook or MySpace or Orchid in Brazil, we really think portends huge implications for how they collaborate and work with each other online and offline in the future.
So the skills they're using now, they're going to take with them when they go to the world?
Absolutely. Social networking skills, connection, getting information, those skills they're taking with them the rest of their lives. And empowerment. Power they've gained over governments and the ability to communicate with government officials, journalists, ability to communicate with physicians, communicate with teachers, with media, we think is an absolutely defining characteristic for the rest of their life.
And just finally, a big debate in Australia about filtering, a big problem for parents. What's your view? What's your view after looking at what's happening?
Parents, of course, should have the opportunity, the options to filter, and we think those tools should be made available. The sad truth is generally parents don't learn what they need to learn. Their kids know much more. Filtering's a noble effort. It doesn't work very well, but that's not an excuse not to use it. Those tools should be available for the parents who really do want to learn and want to use them. But the government should stay out.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.